In Washington, House Republicans proposed a massive tax bill. It costs at least $4.9 trillion and aims to extend previous tax breaks. The bill, named the One Big Beautiful Bill, reflects Trump's priorities. This proposal boosts the standard deduction and child tax credit. It introduces tax breaks for overtime pay, Social Security benefits, and auto loans. There's a significant increase in the state and local tax deduction, reaching $30,000 for couples. However, this has drawn criticism from some GOP lawmakers as insufficient. We can't continue to bring you the most impactful and breaking news stories without support. We greatly appreciate your engagement with our channel. And to make it the best experience and help us grow, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Additionally, a new tax on private university endowments could reach 21%. An unusual provision may remove tax-exempt status from groups deemed to support terrorists, raising concerns among civil society advocates. These changes are igniting debates about taxes, spending, and national priorities. It's been nearly a decade since such significant discussions occurred. The preliminary cost estimates may rise significantly. One unusual provision would terminate the tax-exempt status of groups the State Department says support terrorists, which civil society advocates warn is a way to potentially punish those at odds with the Trump administration. Trump emphasized Republican unity, stating, "We will work together on any and all outstanding issues." However, dissent exists within the party. Senator Josh Hawley warns against cutting Medicaid, calling it morally wrong. House Republicans also released proposals to cut nutrition programs by $290 billion. These cuts include increased work requirements for food aid eligibility. One such example, requiring able-bodied adults without dependents to fulfill work requirements until they are 64 years old, rather than 54, to qualify for food aid. As Republicans push toward their Memorial Day deadline, they are preparing public hearings. They aim to package the various sections of this major legislation. However, the political landscape remains unclear. The Joint Committee on Taxation estimates that the tax breaks will deplete revenue by $4.9 trillion over a decade, and that's before factoring in new proposals. Some GOP members worry this will skyrocket to $20 trillion, pushing further into deficit. The tax package also plans to raise the standard deduction from $30,000 to $32,000 per household, only $2,000 total. The child tax credit would rise from $2,000 to $2,500 for 4 years, only $500, and that only would last 4 years. But it imposes restrictions on undocumented immigrants, impacting many U.S. citizen children. The proposal lowers the estate tax exemption and fulfills Trump's no taxes on tips promise. This allows deductions for workers relying on tips in service industries. A temporary deduction for car loan interest is also included, but would expire by the end of Trump's term. For seniors, there's an increased deduction for Social Security wages. There would be a bolstered $4,000 deduction on Social Security wages for those with adjusted incomes no higher than $75,000 for individuals and $150,000 for couples. Despite progress, the state and local tax deduction remains under negotiation, appealing to few. Debate rages about possible cuts to Medicaid and food aid. Many House Republicans oppose these cuts, citing health care needs for 70 million Americans. 11 committees are working on this package, targeting at least $1.5 trillion in savings from expired tax breaks. The Agriculture Committee proposes significant changes to SNAP. It imposes work requirements for older Americans and parents of school-aged children. Meanwhile, states face new financial burdens starting in 2028. Alongside this, the Energy and Commerce Committee proposes $880 billion cuts, primarily targeting Medicaid. Despite claims of rooting out waste, critics warn millions may lose coverage. Medicaid eligibility would include new community engagement requirements. Able-bodied adults would need to verify eligibility biannually. Finally, new cuts to green energy programs roll back some climate initiatives from previous legislation. The tax proposal seeks ambitious changes. It's crucial to understand the implications for tax breaks, health care, and social programs. Stay informed as this bill progresses, and make your voice heard on these impactful decisions. Be sure to stay informed and up to date. It's super simple. Just click that little subscribe button. It's the only way we can continue to grow. Thank you in advance for all your support. This channel isn't possible without you, our audience. As always, think freely and discuss openly.